Okay, now we're recording the session, so we're gonna start today. Okay, so we're here for working about our class number 9.2. It's gonna be the second class of the week, number 9, of course. Ready? And we're going to be complementing this week. It doesn't have to do much with the class of yesterday. It's an independent class, so no worries. But it's going to be also an easy topic, okay? I would like to ask first a very classical question. This is a question that it's classical everywhere. Like when we are studying something, the teachers always ask this question, no? So what's your favorite movie? What is your favorite movie, guys?
Very many, wow, so many, but the first ones, so the most favorite, I mean, Marvel, Avengers.
Okay, very good. So you said Marvel, or especially the Avengers movies.
Yeah,
The Avengers movies are your favorite, right?
right.
Good. That's right. Very good. From all the characters of the movie, well, of all the movies, which is your favorite character?
Character.
Mhm.
The character, maybe Wolverine or Iron Man.
Okay. Well, Wolverine doesn't appear in the Avengers movies, but Iron Man does, no? So
Yeah, so Iron Man is
Iron
appearing
Man
in
is
in
here.
all the Avengers movies.
In all the Avengers movies, that's true. Good. Okay, very good. And which is your less favorite character? With the one that you just like, like I don't care about this character. It's kind of boring.
Boring. Maybe uh, mm, the Guardian of the Galaxy, the blue girl. How
Like
she
Nebula. That's the
Nebula.
name.
That's
Nebula.
right. That's right.
I like Nebula.
Yes, it
It's like
is.
not that good. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anu. Thank you so much. Andre, can you listen to me now?
Hello, teacher.
Hello, how are you? Everything good?
Fine, thank you.
Okay.
Teacher, my favorite movie is 127 hours.
With James Franco.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Yeah, in that case, well, we don't have many characters. He's basically the man
Oh yeah. I
filming
remember that
himself,
movie.
no?
The guy who have an accident with a rock and the the arm. He loves the whole
Exactly.
arm. Yeah.
Exactly. Good. Right. Question for both of you. How do you feel? How do you feel when the man has to cut his own arm? How do you feel when the man decides to cut his own arm? How do you feel?
Well, scared and anxiety. Um,
Okay, good.
a
Andre, what
little
about?
disgusting about the the blood and everything.
Okay, okay, very good. That's great. Very good. Andre, what about you?
No, teacher. The same. Anxious
Anxious,
and
that's true.
fear.
Okay, scared, no? So you're feeling scared, which is feeling fear, of course. Very good. What do you think the man, I mean, James Franco's character, was feeling when he decided to cut his own arm? How was he feeling?
Teacher, what do you mean with the character?
Character is personaje.
Okay. Um, for me, it's excellent person, or how do you say, como interpretación.
Performance.
Yes, the performance is very good.
Good, very good. What do you think the man was feeling when he decided to cut his arm? Because I mean, what was in his head in that moment? Well, not in the movie, but in the real life, because that's a true story. So what about the man who really had to cut his own arm? What was he feeling like?
Teacher, I'm feeling that I would not do it.
So what would you do? Stay there? Yeah, maybe. I don't know, right? So, but the question is, what was the man feeling like? How, or well, what was he feeling like? What do you think? Because of course we don't know for sure, but what do you think that he, the man, not you, he was feeling like?
For sure, I think impotence because uh, he does not have any other option. So he cut his arm.
Okay, very good. I would say that he was desperate,
Yeah,
right? I would say that he was desperate. Okay, very good. That's
Teacher,
it.
also he was feeling motivation um,
Okay, for
by
living.
for his future.
Okay. So like desire to live, no desire to survive, right? Okay, very good. That's great. Good. Well, that's about that movie, 127 hours. What about Andre, have you seen the Avengers movies? Have you seen them like Endgame and Infinity War and
Yes,
yes?
yes.
Okay. How do you feel when Thanos erased the people with the finger? How do you feel in that moment?
I am feeling in that moment surprise
Okay, surprise, very good. That's
and emotion
okay.
also.
Uh-huh. Emotion. That's it. Very good. And Manuel, what about you, bro?
well, in that moment when I see that movie, I say, "Oh no, why?" But impotence, and even more when the movie ends there and be continued. No, well,
You said like,
but
oh my God, I have to wait until the next movie.
yeah, and I cried a little because the personage who died when Thanos disappeared,
Mm,
the whole universe
mm.
is so
Yeah, no,
sad.
exactly, because I mean, well, there are certain heroes that you don't care, like for example, Wanda is like, okay, but the Spider-Man is like,
Oh, Black
no, my
Panther.
God.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, Black Panther
Spider-Man,
is
Black
something else.
Panther. Yes.
Okay,
Teacher
that's good. Yeah.
is frustrated but I don't like movies with predictable endings.
Mhm. So you feel frustrated? I mean, that ending was not predictable because well, everybody expected that somebody was going to save the planet, no? But anyway, it was a little bit frustrated, not like, oh, come on, a lot of people died, so it's frustrating. Good. Bueno, muy bien. So this question, it's a very classical question. It's a question that the teachers always ask you, oh, what's your favorite movie or what's your favorite song? And you usually say, my favorite movie is Avengers Endgame. That's it. Or my favorite movie is 127 hours, right? And usually the people ask like, okay, what do you think about the movie? And you say like, no, teacher, it's excellent. Or no, teacher, is very good. Or if it's something that you don't like, no, teacher, it's bad, you know? And we don't go out, we never came out of those three adjectives, good, bad, and so, right? That's they say the way the things that we always say. No, it's really good. No, it's really bad. No, so. I don't like it so much. So, but in that case, look, you have given me a lot of different characteristics about your feelings because in that case, I was asking about your feelings, no? So you told me that in one moment you feel scared, anxious, disgusted, impotent, desperated, motivated, surprised, emotion. frustrated. So the idea of today is that we're going to learn how to talk about entertainment things, movies, music, series, a lot, but especially not so, oh, see, it's good. Oh, no, it's that. My favorite movie is no sé qué. No, that one is also already done. What we're going to do today is to try to express my feelings and my opinions about those movies or about those songs or about those series, right? Even about those characters. For example, you say like, nah, teacher, the character of Nebula, it's super boring, right? While, for example, the character of Iron Man, it's very inspiring. Maybe I would say that it's inspiring, right? So we are going to give our opinion about different things, about the movie, about my feelings, about the character, about the song, about the singer, you know? So to do that, we're going to do something super simple. Well, let's see. As you could notice, in this case, we use in many different tenses or in many different occasions, we use things that finish in ed, you know, desperate, motivated, surprised, frustrated, you know, and in other cases, ing, boring, inspiring, disgusting, surprising, devastating, frustrating, you know. So there is going to be a difference between using ing and using ed. If I ask you like what is the difference between ing and ed, you tell me, teacher, pues ing is for present continuous and ed is for past. But no, careful. We're going to have some words here, which are going to be modified, let's say modified or adapted with the two endings in ed and in ing. These words is one verb that is transformed into an adjective, into a characteristic, right? For example, we have the verb amaze. Do you remember what is the verb amaze? Do you know what is that? Amaze? It's an action. What is the verb amaze?
Asombro, como asombroso.
Asombrar o sorprender.
Asombrar.
That
Okay.
is the verb, no? It's the action, it's la acción. From this action, I am going to obtain two different versions, amazed and amazing, right? The same that can happen with the verb surprise. What is the meaning of surprise? As an action, como verbo. What is the meaning of surprise?
Sorprender.
Sorprender, very good. In that case, also, I'm going to adapt or to obtain two versions, surprised in ed and surprising in ing. Teacher, what is the difference between ed and ing? Well, when we have ed, is because we are talking about the feelings that I am having or that one person is having, how the person is feeling. While when we talk about ing, well, we're going to talk about it's my opinion, you know, my opinion about something else. Can be my opinion about a person, can be my opinion about a movie, or can be my opinion about an object or a scene, or a song, or something else, right? So let's notice two different examples before we continue into the vocabulary. Let's see here. Manu, could you please help me to read the part that says ed, this part?
Okay. She's very excited about her coming trip to Australia.
Exactly. So we said, well, we use the adjectives ending in ed to describe how people feel. Like I said, talking about the feeling. The example again, please.
She's very excited about her. She's very excited about her coming trip to Australia.
Good. She's very excited about her upcoming trip to Australia. So it's describing how the person is feeling. It's feeling excited, right? So we said she's very excited. Yeah. On the other hand, Andre, could you please help me with the other part, with the ing verbs?
We use adjectives ending in ing to describe the thing, situation, place, or person that makes us feel that way. For example, she is very excited about The example is very exciting.
Exactly, very good. Her upcoming trip to Australia is very exciting. So in that case, I am not referring to the feeling of the woman, but I'm talking about the opinion of the woman about the trip to Australia. She says that, or she thinks that her upcoming trip to Australia is very exciting, right? So in that case, for example, we have the verb excite, which is emocionar. Then we have excited with ed, and then we have exciting with ing. One, it's talking about emotion, so it's going to be emocionado. ¿Cómo te sientes? Emocionado, right? Which one, ing or ed? Which one is emocionado, ed or ing? What do you think?
ED.
ed, of course, because this one is the one that it's about feeling. So it's emocionado. Del verbo emocionar, obtengo el adjetivo emocionado. But also, I'm going to have the other option, that it's describing my opinion about that object. ¿Cómo te parece el viaje? Uf, es súper emocionante, right? So, emocionante, also obtained from the verb emocionar, right? It's my opinion. It's an adjective also, but it's my opinion about that thing. The trip is exciting. Yes, I am feeling excited or the trip is excited. So that is, we have emocionado y emocionante, right? The difference between ed and ing when I'm talking about adjectives. ¿Listo? Other example, for example, we have amaze, that is the verb sorprender, bueno, asombrar. What do you think that it's the meaning of amazed with ed? What do you think?
Asombrado.
Me siento asombrado.
Excelente, asombrado, ¿cierto? It's the adjective how I'm feeling. So I'm feeling amazed. That's it, asombrado. Sorry, but if I say the movie Avengers is amazing. What do you think? What's the meaning of amazing with ing?
Asombroso.
Asombroso. Very good. You know, so it's my opinion about the movie. And it's not talking about how I feel. It's my opinion about the movie. Same thing with the word surprise. Sorprender, of course, can derive in surprise and surprising. You know, for example, I feel usually by the politics of this country. What do you think? I feel usually, what do you think? Surprise or surprising?
Price. Surprise.
Exactly.
I did.
Surprise. Because I'm saying I feel, right? So I feel usually surprised, ¿no es cierto? Sorprendido por la política del país, right? So I feel usually surprised. Good.
Yeah.
Or on the other hand, I could say these politicians are, you know, these Colombian politicians are what? What do you think? Surprised or surprising?
Surprising.
Surprising, no? I'm saying like, these are surprising in the bad way, you know? So these are surprising, right? So in that case, the idea of using ed and ing is that I'm going to describe, well, the two perspectives. How do I feel? How do I feel from like regarding the movie or regarding the character or regarding the music or regarding the singer, you know? Or what is my opinion about that? That basically is the same idea, but I can make more emphasis on if it's a feeling or my opinion about that, right? The vocabulary is very extensive. It's very, very extensive as you saw it right now. It's very extensive. The vocabulary, we're going to have a lot of different possibilities, right? For example, we have confused and confusing. What do you think, Manu? Which one is confused and confusing? What is the difference in Spanish?
Confused, confundido.
Y
Confusing, confundir.
Confuso.
Confuso. Very
Exacto.
good. Confuso, right? What about Andre if I say irritating and irritated?
Irritado, irritante.
Very good, right? What about the one that you said? Frustrated and frustrating.
Frustrado y frustrante.
Excellent. Fascinated and fascinating.
Fascinado y fascinante.
Easy. That's it.
Profe,
Ready?
tengo
Yes.
una duda.
Claro, André.
¿Eso se puede hacer con todos los verbos o hay excepciones?
No se puede hacer con todos los verbos, lastimosamente. Digamos que hay esta lista y de pronto unos pocos más, pues tú puedes encontrar una lista. Esta es como la que mejor recoge los verbos más importantes, pero es una lista finita, o sea, no es limitada, ¿listo? No se puede hacer con todos. Son ciertos verbos que lo permiten, ¿vale? Entonces, por eso les dejo aquí la listica para que le tomen un pantallazo de pronto, para que lo miren, ¿right? Porque no son todos, ¿listo? Si ustedes buscan en Chrome, pueden encontrar otras listas, pero pues esta me pareció como la mejor que recoge los mejores verbos, So you could say ed, ing adjectives, and there you're going to find a lot of different lists. Unas mejores, otras más largas, otras más corticas, right? Pues, as I told
Yeah,
you,
but that is this most complete.
yeah, exactly. And because there are others, hay otras, pero ya son como unos verbos que uno nunca utiliza. Entonces, pues busqué una como que fuera completa y que tuviera ejemplos que sí vamos a usar, o sea, muy útiles. Entonces, todos estos son realmente muy útiles, ¿ok? ¿Ready?
Yes, teacher.
¿Listo?
Yeah.
Good. Bueno, very good. Now.
Profe, pero si uno quiere decir otra cosa, por ejemplo, me siento deprimido, entonces, ¿cómo lo diría?
Por ejemplo, deprimido hace parte de estos, por ejemplo, depress.
Ah, ok.
Depress es el verbo deprimir. ¿Cómo dirías deprimido?
Sí. Depressed.
Depressed. Good. Y deprimente.
Depressing.
Depressing, good. It's very depressing, right? Muy bien, that's great,
Sí.
Okay. Entonces, hay unos que, bueno, hay unos que no están acá, pero también hacen parte de ese grupito, ¿listo? Good. Important.
Okay.
When we have ed, remember that we're talking about feelings. So, I can work, for example, with the verb to be, I can work with the verb to feel, I can work with the verb to seem, que es como parecer, in order to describe this or to use these adjectives with ed, right? For example, I felt very depressed. Actually, depressed is here. Yes, depressed. I felt very depressed when Spider-Man died. Talking about Avengers, no? So when Spider-Man died, right? You said, teacher, I was disgusted when the man cut his arm, I was disgusted. Yeah, so adjectives, yeah, in ed. Adjective in ed. Sé que tienen ed como si fueran un verbo, pero son realmente adjetivos. El verbo aquí es failed, el verbo aquí es verb to be. So in that case, those adjectives look like a verb, but they are adjectives, they are characteristics, right? Verb to be, verb to feel, verb to seem. Seem es parecer. For example, I don't know. I would say James Franco seemed, o sea, parecía, seemed very desperate in the movie. Yes, se veía o parecía muy desesperado, right? So seemed very desperate, right? If, on the other hand, I want to use ing, which is the other way, ing, it's because I'm talking about my opinion, right? So usually, I'm going to work with the verb to be, usually, right? I can use with others, yes, but usually I can work with the verb to be because that's the way that I'm going to describe it, no? So, for example, Iron Man is very inspiring. Muy inspirador, right? Okay, verb to be, yes. 127 hours is an amazing movie. Right? Is not in, but is an amazing movie. Again, verb to be. right? Of course, I can use other different verbs, but mainly it's for talking about opinion. For example, I would say, I don't know, Wolverine looks like exciting character, you know? But one more time, this looks like it's simply talking like a perception, which is better to describe with verb to be, you know? So there are other options, but most of the times I'm gonna use the verb to be in order to describe my opinion about the things. So I'm describing how I think the object of the movie is. If it's amazing, if it's interesting, if it's boring, if it's this or if it's that. How do you feel so far? ¿Cómo vamos hasta ahí? Good? No problem?
Good, good.
Yes, teacher. Good.
Listo, very good, excellent, that's it. Let me just erase this part. Can I erase? ¿Puedo borrar? Yes. Are you going to take a picture or something?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, yes, teacher.
Thank you so much. Okay. Bueno, so as I was saying there, so the difference is just very simple. So I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about the vallenato music? What's your opinion about the vallenato music?
I don't know. I don't like it.
If I don't like, bueno, if you don't like it, why is that? Why don't you like it?
Mm, because uh, I don't know, maybe about the letters.
The lyrics?
Yeah.
I mean, you could say, for example, I don't like the vallenato. I like some songs, you know, like some
Yeah.
classical songs. But in general, I don't like the vallenato because I think, in my opinion, I think that vallenato is not really interesting,
Oh, yeah.
you know, using my opinion. So it's
Yeah.
not really interesting. It's kind of boring, you know.
Yeah, it's not really interesting to me.
Exactly. For example, it's not really interesting to me. Yeah, good, excellent.
Yeah.
Andre, what about you? What do you think about the vallenato?
Teacher, I think that some songs of vallenato music are very depressing.
It's true. Some songs are very depressing. That's true. Yes. So usually they are like a heartbroken songs, no? So good, very good. Some songs are very depressing. Good. How do you feel? How do you feel when, I mean, I don't know if you have had this situation at home, but usually there is a neighbor who likes the vallenato and plays vallenato very loud. Even if the person is not costeño, sometimes there are some people from Bogota and also that they like to play music, well, the vallenato music, or bueno, some kinds of different music, very loud. How do you feel when the neighbors or when someone is playing music too loud, music that you don't like so much? How do you feel in that moment?
Oh, I feel in that moment that that neighbor is so annoying.
So you could say also that that neighbor is so annoying, or I feel very annoyed, you know?
Annoying.
Both possibilities are right. Annoyed, I feel annoyed, or the neighbor is annoying.
Yeah.
So, you know, both are right. Very good, perfect, that's it. Muy bien. Andre, what about
Teacher,
you? Yes.
I feel very tired to hear the same music, the same music.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know how the people can do it, but my God, I have known people that can listen to the same music all day long, right? Okay. What's your opinion about one of the most important actions in the world, which is sleeping? What is your opinion about sleeping? It's fascinating, it's boring. How do you feel when you go to sleep?
When I go to sleep, I feel very relaxed.
Relaxed. Very good. Excellent. So sleeping is relaxing through. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Andre, how do you feel about it?
Teacher, I think that sleeping is um, comforting.
Good, very
It's very
good. So
comforting.
it's comforting. So when she goes to sleep, and usually when she wakes up, I suppose that you feel really comforted, right? You feel comfy. Is that right? Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Good, very good, excellent, right? So in that case, you see, I can give my opinion about anything in the word, anything about it, using the ing and the ed. Ready? Of course, we have other different adjectives. Like for example, we have the adjective, I don't know, good, bad, long. I don't know, like how can I say that? Um, what other characteristics? We have other different characteristics that doesn't necessarily has to be with this ing or ed, but especially when we're talking about opinion, yes, it's something that we're going to use. It's the the ed and the ing, right? So it's important to remember this vocabulary, to interiorize or to learn, to try to memorize this vocabulary, because it's going to be very extensive and it's going to help me to describe better my opinions. Okay, ready? Wait. Yes, tell me, question?
No.
No, that's it. Good. Guys, I would like to ask you a couple of questions, so just be ready to answer something if it's not real. No matter, don't worry. Just try to think in fast answers. Ready? Guys, what is something that makes you feel stressed? When do you feel stressed?
When I take the bus because the crowd and
Okay,
so
okay.
many people and pushing and all there.
Okay, so you could say public transportation.
Yeah.
Public transportation is really what? Is really
Yeah.
what? If I'm talking about public
Stress
transport.
is really
Stressed?
stress.
Yes, stressed.
Stressing.
Stressing. Sorry. Stress. Yeah.
Very
Because
good.
it's opinion. Because it's
Is the
opinion of
opinion.
feeling. Yeah.
Exactly. Very good. Of course, you could say, teacher, I feel super stressed. I feel super stressed when I stay in the public transportation, in the bus, because the push, the crowd, But
Yeah.
also, I can use the same. The public transportation is really stressing. Muy bien, that's it. Andre, what about you?
Teacher, I feel stressed in a place with many people and to the traffic, in the traffic.
Okay, very good. Yeah, the traffic is horrible, no? Especially in big
Place,
cities.
place as concerts, I don't like.
Okay, that is, those places are, I mean, the crowds are like multitudes, muchedumbres, the crowds are stressing for you, right?
Yes.
That's it, very good. Listo. Muy good. Excellent. Guys, what is something, I'm going to pass the pick. Good. What is something that you feel it's really boring for you? What is something that is really boring for you?
To wake up so early. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
create the sentence. Create the sentence.
Wake up so early is really boring
Mhm.
for me.
Good, very good. Remember that in that case, since the sentence is at the beginning, it's an action. So
Yeah.
sorry, it's also in general. Waking up very early is very boring for me. That's it.
Yeah.
Good, very good. And for Andrea, what do you think?
Teacher, for me, the people who speak very slowly is very boring for me.
Okay.
And the predictable movies,
And the predictable movies too.
um, predictable histories.
Like series and all of that.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Good, excellent, very good. That's it, right? So of course that you could say, teacher, I feel very bored with predictable movies. I feel really bored when I have to wake up early. So it's important that you can see the two different versions of the adjective. It's the same idea, just the organization is going to change, right? Guys, could you please describe a topic, or yes, tell me a topic that is confusing for you or something that you feel confused by? What would that be?
Math is confusing.
Good, excellent. Yeah, math. That's why I put this
Yeah.
icon, no? Because of course, math is
Yeah.
really confusing. Bueno, I think that for Andrea is easy, right?
Yes.
So Andre,
Teacher, for
yes.
me, it's confusing the relationships. It's
True,
not easy
true.
for me.
They are not
The math,
easy.
yes, the math, yes, easy for me.
It's easier than mathematics than the relationships.
Yes.
Okay. Good, excellent. So the relationships are confusing for you, or you feel really confused when you talk about relationships. Listo, that's all right. Very good. Ready? So guys, in that case, that's the idea. You can use different range of vocabulary, you know, as long as you organize the idea correctly. Ready? The most important part is to organize the idea correctly. If you use ed or if you use ing, no matter, it doesn't matter. You can use both as long as you organize the idea correctly. Ready? So that if you use boring, you use the corresponding order, or that if you use bored, you use the sentence organized on the correct way, right? Well, guys, do you know who's this guy? Who's that man?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Very good. Who's Spider-Man?
Peter Parker. A
Peter Parker.
superhero. It's a superhero.
Okay, it's a superhero, you know, so go good. But that is called Peter Parker, no? So Peter Parker. Okay, good, very good. What about this one? Who's this one?
Homero Simpson.
Homer, no? So it's Homer Simpson. Good. And who's that?
He's a father.
Okay, he is the father of
Father and husband.
and husband, no? So he's the husband of Marge and the father of other three, no? Good, excellent. Yes. What is the name of the show? What is the name of the show in which he is the father?
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons, right? So The Simpsons. The Simpsons is a TV show. Okay, the first information is that it's a TV show. What's your opinion about the TV show? About The Simpsons? It's good, it's boring, it's stressing. What do you think?
Is good. And I like this show because uh, has how do you say mensajes ocultos?
Hidden messages. Hidden, which is ocultos, you know, hidden
Hidden
messages.
messages. Yes.
Yeah, like social critics and a lot of things,
Yes.
no?
Mhm.
Good, very good, right? Well, very good. Manu, what do you think about Peter Parker
Simpson.
or about
Peter
Spider-Man? What do you
Spider-Man.
think?
Well, Peter Parker is amazing character and so bright too.
Is amazing and brave.
Yeah.
Very good. That's it. Well, guys, in this case, you're giving the opinion about one thing. In this case, Andrea gave me the opinion about Homer and Manu about Spider-Man. Yes. But if you are in front of a person who has no idea about the character or the object, right? In this case, we're going to start giving more information about that character or about that thing that we are describing. No? So, for example, the first thing, just erase this part. The first part, it was that Homer, you know, Sorry, Homer, no. Let's say that The Simpsons, The Simpsons is a TV show. That was the first information that Andrea told me. Why? Because I didn't know. I was like, Simpsons, ¿qué es eso? I don't know. I know it's a TV show. And the second information is that The Simpsons has hidden messages. Right? I said, okay. First, it's a TV show. Okay, good. And the second one, that it's the real information that she wanted to transmit, it's that the TV show has hidden messages. On the same way, Manuel did it, no? So he said Spider-Man or Peter Parker, you know? So,
yeah, Peter Parker is a character of Marvel. He's a photographer.
He's a photographer.
He was bitten by the spider and he got powers.
And you said he's amazing and brave, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So in the first part, you said, well, Spider-Man, it's a superhero.
Yeah.
Or you could say it's a photographer, superhero, only one. And the second information, you said, teacher, Spider-Man is amazing and brave. Once again, you gave two informations. The first one, that it's a superhero, because I said, Spider-Man, ¿quién es ese? No tengo ni idea, right? So you said, no, teacher, he's a superhero. And the second information is that he's amazing and brave, right? Yeah. What happened? In here, I have two informations about the same subject. Two informations about one series and two informations about one person. The idea is that these sentences, they can be connected, yes, using something that is called the relative pronoun. A relative pronoun is going to be a WH word that can help me to connect the two informations about the same subject. If the subject is a person, what is the relative pronoun?
Who?
Which?
Who, because it's a person, right? But if it's a movie or a song or a series or a TV show, an object, whatever it is, what is the relative pronoun, Manu?
Which?
Which, I see, because it's something that is not human. It's el cual or la cual, right? While here, when we talk about the person, it's quién. So it's going to be a person, quién, ta, ta, ta. The idea is very simple. The first information that I'm describing here, it's a defining information. It's only contextualizing or explaining who or what is the object. It's defining, right? And the second one is the important information that I want to transmit, the real information, the información real. This is the main information or the main message, you know, the main information, you know, the same here. ¿Qué es lo que querían decir? Que Spider-Man is amazing and brave. Pero como no sabía quién era, pues les tocó decir, no, es que Spider-Man is a superhero and ta, 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 right? So in that case, that is the main information, right? What is the idea? It's super simple. I'm going to describe first the subject, which in this case is, in one case is The Simpsons, in the other case is this Spider-Man. And the first part is the defining clause or the defining information. Usually with the verb to be, because I'm describing who or what is that thing. Is a TV show, it's a superhero. And then I am going to describe, I'm going to include the relative pronoun, who or which, right? If it's an object, which, if it's a person, who, or we have the other possibility that it's using that. That is possible in both cases, just that it's more casual, but it's possible for people and for objects, right? And then we have the main information, right? For example, Andre,
teacher,
could you please, yes, that, go.
Sorry, who and which, ¿van antes o después del verbo to be? No entendí. Antes.
Después, en la mitad de las dos oraciones. Aquí, mira. Van aquí en la mitad.
Okay. Okay.
Entonces, for example, I'm going to have, bueno, actually, you're going to help me with that. Ayúdame con esa. Entonces, The Simpsons is the subject. ¿Qué más?
The Simpsons is a
Ajá,
TV show
ajá.
which has hidden messages.
Exactly. The Simpsons is a TV show which has hidden messages, right? El cual tiene mensajes ocultos. Simple, muy bien, very good. Manu, help me with the Spider-Man.
Okay, Spider-Man is a superhero who is amazing and brave.
Así es sencillo. Spider-Man is a superhero who is amazing and brave. Ready? So in that case, the relative clauses are going to help me to connect two ideas. Ready? One, the first information is always defining. It's just talking about who is that or what is that. And the second is the main information. Usually the main information here can be, of course, my opinion about that, right? For example, let me help you here. I'm going to erase this part, right? Let me find a picture. That here. Okay. Do you know who's this person?
Yes, teacher. David
Who's that?
Ospina.
David Ospina. ¿Quién es ese?
Yeah.
No, no lo conozco. Who's that?
He is a porter.
He's a
I don't
goalkeeper.
know.
Entonces, primera información,
Ah,
David
okay,
Ospina
okay.
is a goalkeeper.
No sabía que se decía así.
Yes, goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
Ajá.
Goalkeeper.
¿Y qué más?
Okay.
David Ospina is a goalkeeper.
Plate.
Yeah, plays.
And he plays soccer.
Okay, very good. Well, if it's a goalkeeper, of course, plays soccer.
Or
But
Yeah.
In
Uh,
Colombian team
ah,
who plays for Colombian team
national team,
or
because
national
es la
team.
selección nacional, right? So, national.
Okay.
yeah.
Muy bien. ¿Y aquí qué? In the middle.
Who?
Muy bien, very good. So,
Yo
okay,
lo
it's a
dije, yo
person.
lo dije.
Thank you, Ale. Muy bien. Entonces,
Yeah.
David Ospina is a goalkeeper who plays for Colombian national team. Muy bien, excellent. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Very, very good. What about if I have to do, let me help you here. Ay, ahora se me perdió. Ah, here, this one. Do you know about this movie? Do you know what is this movie?
Monster Inc.
Monster Inc. Ve, ¿qué va?
Yeah.
¿Qué es eso? What is that?
Uh,
The
that
Monster
movie.
in is a movie.
It's a movie, very good. It's a movie, and what happened in the movie, okay?
Uh, Monster Inc. is a movie that he scared children to make power to the company.
Okay, bueno, that's, like you said, Monsters Inc. is a movie that is about, porque pues la película en general no es que asusta a los niños, sino that it's
Yeah,
about
yeah. It's
children,
about
or yes, like a company about energy, scaring people, scaring kids, Muy bien, ¿listo? Or I could say, for example, Monsters Inc. is a movie that, no sé, shows the world of the monsters and energy company, ready? Y en vez de that, ¿cuál podría usar? That está bien.
which
O,
which.
very good. Muy bien, Manuel. Excelente, brother. ¿Listo? Entonces, that's the idea. In that case, well, you could say also, what is your opinion about the movie?
Monster Inc. is on this movie.
Okay, so you'd say, for example, Monster Inc. is a movie that is very funny.
Very fun.
Yeah, and I don't know, tendering.
Very tender. What does it
Tendering,
mean?
it means like enternecedora, like, tierna,
Yeah.
tendering,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's it. So in that case, as I said, the second part, it's going to be my opinion, in which I can use the ed or the ing. Or Monster Inc. is a movie that makes people feel, makes People feel, what do you think? How does the movie make the people feel?
Uh, happiness.
What do you think? Happiness?
Yeah, happiness.
Yeah, happiness, good. If I would have to ask, or if I would ask you like one with ED, how would you feel, or how would you say that the people feels with the movie?
About for happiness. Um, fascinating.
Okay, fascinated, right?
Right.
Fascinated, very good. I would say also fascinated, or maybe moved, which means like conmovida, no? So moved,
Yeah.
or fascinated, or entertained,
Yeah.
entertain. Listo, muy bien, very good. Okay, and what is the name of this little thing? ¿Cómo se llama esta cosita chiquita? What is the name of that?
Think. Yeah. I remember. Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski, no? So good.
Mike Wazowski.
I could say, what is your opinion about Mike Wazowski? Bueno, primero que todo, ¿qué es eso? It's a
It's a
ball?
monster.
It's
It's
a
a monster.
monster. Mhm.
So Mike Wazowski is a monster who uh, um, make
He's very
loud the
funny.
children. Yeah, make loud the children.
Very good. So Mike Wazowski, it's a monster who is very funny, who makes children laugh, who, I don't know, who is fascinating, who is very entertaining, So you could use all different kinds of opinions about it. Ready?
Yeah.
Bueno, questions about these different parts. We have two topics today. One was the use of the INGs and EDs, stressing, stress, fascinating, fascinated, boring, bored, And the other one, it's the use of the who and which, let's see, who and which in order to describe the subjects, no? So it's a person who, it's a movie which, it's a series that, so who, what, who, which, and that, in order to connect ideas about the same subject. Questions,
Yeah.
difficulties, problems.
No. I think that ID is to express feelings, ING is to express an opinion, and the connector to connect the two ideas. Who is a person who is an object which.
Which? Muy bien. Excellent, Manuel. Excellent. That is the summary of the class of today. Andre, how do you feel? Good?
Yes, teacher.
So, my dear people. Well, in the activity of the week number 10, in the checkpoint of the week number 10, we have two activities. The first one, it's going to be, as I told you yesterday, you can find it in the recording of the class of yesterday, Andre, about a piece of news that you have to describe using the topics of yesterday: past continuous, simple past, present perfect simple, and present perfect continuous. That's one of the parts. Ahí ya lo puedes ver en la aclaración, está explicadita la actividad del checkpoint, la primera. And the second one is a description of a series or a movie that you like. The idea is that you can describe the series or the movie using the things that we talk about today. So, for example, I'm going to describe Wednesday, la serie de Merlina, no sé, something like that. Something like, okay, good. Wednesday, it's an amazing series that is very entertaining for kids and adults. It has many different characters, which are a little bit annoying because blah, blah, blah. Or they have different characters that make me feel worried because blah, 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 blah. Ready? Wednesday is a woman, it's a teenager who, blah, 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 studies in a school which, blah, 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 blah. So the idea is that you can describe the series or the movie that you want, but using these resources. Not only talking about, it's a good movie or it's a good series, but using INGs, using EDs, and using the relative clause to connect the ideas that you want to express. Is that all right?
All right.
Good.
You got it.
Yes, teacher.
Perfect. That's it. Okay. Okay, my dear people. So if you are already done, so see you next week. The next week we have two classes. I'm not sure. I know, just one class. So see you next class or next week with the next class. That's it. take the rest this weekend. Have a good weekend. Sleep tight. Okay.
Yeah, teacher. Thank you, teacher. See you
Thank you,
later.
teacher.
See you next week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Profe, yo tengo una duda.
Dime, Adri. Sí.